So good evening to everyone and a very, very warm welcome to this beautiful June 1st evening. My name is Jayashree Kunju and I am an SME business coach. We are going live with extraordinary coaches who are from different realms. And it's my pleasure to invite each of one of you. I would like to invite Divakar, who is a personal finance coach, Anshul, who is a health coach, Ashita, who is a parenting coach, Sachin, who is an expert at FP marketing and advertising, Vandana, who is a relationship coach, and Priyanka, who is a communication expert. So it's such a pleasure and joy for me to welcome each and every one of you. I would like each and every one of you to take on, a little time to introduce yourself to our audience because they want to know who they are talking to in a couple of minutes. So go ahead, maybe in the same order as you see in the screen. Perhaps Divakar, you could go first.
Jayashree, I have a request. You are a beautiful host, so can you please introduce yourself?
Perfect. I will do that. I was keeping myself for the last, but I can do that. Okay. So thank you, Anshul. As I said, my name. I'm a chartered accountant with 3 decades of experience where I've done many things. Like I've, done my CA practice. I've gone to the US and got work from US to India, also CFO work. And I have also floated a few companies. So I call myself as a serial entrepreneur. And I run a business called iBAS Global. We provide coaching for global professional courses. These are some of the names are CIMA, ACCA, USCMA. These are all international CA and management courses. And my students range from 17 to 35 years. And they all get placed in companies as CFOs and perhaps CEOs too. And I'm here as a SME power business coach. With my own experience of handling many SMEs, I have seen the pain points, and therefore I got into this business of supporting SMEs to power up and to create profitability and purpose for their business. So again, once again, a warm welcome to all of you, and let's take on introducing ourselves. So Divakar, over to you.
Thank you. So myself basically work in personal finance domain, and basically I'm a stock portfolio coach, help mid-career professional and individual to invest in equity to grow their savings and wealth in long term so that they can achieve financial security or freedom. And in that way, they can achieve more time and time freedom also so that they can invest those time with their own or with family and live their life to the fullest. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll have Anshul go ahead next.
So first of all, Jayashree, thank you so much for bringing all of us, all of 7 coaches together at a single platform. So I think it's the first time this is happening. My name is Anshul and I am a health coach. I am involved in improving the health lifestyle. And in case anyone has gained weight, so I am also a weight loss coach. So I have helped hundreds of people improving their health and achieve their weight loss goal through my Health Foundation Blueprint program that is of 3 months duration. And I hope to do it for around 10,000 plus people in the coming years.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We can have Ashita go next.
Yeah, hi all. Thank you, Jayashree, for having us here, and thank you all the viewers who will be seeing this. So I am a parenting coach, and this thing triggered in me when I myself became a mother, and I myself start getting getting confused between the old parenting styles, like parents used to tell us that you don't have to think much, just give a tight slap to the kid, and things will work out. So I started doubting those questions. I started doing more research into it because I was not into those things of hitting and shouting a lot, because that doesn't go with my personality also. And I always understood that, okay, this is not a way to get things corrected. So I started learning about parenting, and then I realized that this is my passion, because somehow I was doing something or the other for the kids initially as well. So that's how I became a certified parenting coach. And right now, my mission is to help around 100,000 parents to raise emotionally intelligent kids, because this is what will help them in future to be more emotionally intelligent, and to help them recognize the pros and cons between the old parenting style and the new parenting style.
Wow, thank you. Let's have Sachin go next.
So thank you so much, Jayashree. My name is Sachin Yadav. I'm a Facebook and Instagram specialist. And I coach, especially coaches and trainer to master Facebook ad with help of AI like ChatGPT and other AI tools. And where also I own media agency where I work for coaches, like especially from the eyelash coaches, to help them generate leads, sales, and convert more into their webinars, which is more important because if there is no conversion, there is no use of the lead we are generating, right? So that is my ultimate thing. And that's what I have been doing it's been for coaches, it's been more than 2.5 years. And but for this Facebook industry, I have been more than 5 years in this industry. So this is a short intro of me.
Yes, we'll
Thank
hear
you.
more about you in a couple of minutes too. Yes, Priyanka, over to you.
So,
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Jayashree ji, for bringing us all together. And thank you, everyone who has joined and who is watching us today. My name is Priyanka Arora, and I am working as a communication coach. So when I say communication expert, it's not just speaking fluently or speaking in English properly, but taking communication to the next level where it can help you in your relationships and it can help you in your career, and how you can make communication effective to be able to extract whatever you expect to from any of the conversations. So my mission is to help the middle-aged people, to help them in their careers as well as their relationships. That's it about me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Priyanka. Over to Vandana now.
Good evening, everyone. I am Vanda Yadwanshi. I always get stuck while I talk about me. I have a lot of experience behind me. So in short, I can tell that I had served central government of India for pretty 15 plus years. And when I was serving, I was on a good post. So it brings a status, it brings a lifestyle. So it adds on to your personality. So in very initial years, you come up with the idea of success. Success, what is told to you is you'll have good studies and then you'll land up a good job and a house and a car and a lifestyle. This is what all we know about success. This is the set pattern which most of us are taught. I was also taught the same, and I was living this. I achieved this, and then I got to know that after achieving all this, I am not that happy. There is something missing inside me. There was a missing link, and I didn't know what it was because I had everything which everybody is supposed to get. I was having the money, I was having the sources, I was having a status, I was everything. So it is I. And at one point in time, when I was introspecting, I introspect a lot. I was thinking that if everything is taken away from me, if my name is taken away, the family to which I belong is taken away, the job is taken away, everything is taken away, who is me? What is there in me that anybody would like to connect? Anybody would love to talk to me? What is that? And while I was introspecting at that point in time, I found I had nothing. It was all external. I always come up with that. You don't know who I am. I am somebody. So I was constantly proving something or other thing to most of the people to tell that I am somebody. And when that realization happened, I would say that was an awakening which started at that point in time. Then I started to build myself as a person. If everything is taken away from me, then who am I as a person? So at that point in time, I started to introspect in me. Then I developed that beautiful relationship with me. Then now it is not about the materialistic thing. I understand that they are important for living, but for happiness, they could be one of the means, but they are not the destination from which you'll get the happiness. And the more I understood myself, the more I connected with myself, I realized that how shallow I am from where I'm coming from. Like it is me. And trust me, I realized that I am nobody. The more I got to know, the more I know that I'm nothing. And this is how I got into this. Like, what exactly do we humans need out of relationship, even after having everything in their life, after having a career, after having finance, after having a good family, after having everything, why we are struggling at personal front, why we are not happy. So this is from where my journey started. I'm still in the process. I don't know where I'll reach, because every day is a learning for me. And this is how I became a relationship coach, by defining a new relationship for myself. And on this journey of transformation, I transformed, and that transformation was noticed by a lot of people. And this is how, again, they made me realize that how selfish I am if I do know something and I am not sharing. So this was a thing which took me on this journey of coaching. So
Wow.
I have been certified with a lot of coaches. I would say I have a certification which is 25, 30 maybe certification. But the certification तो पहले भी था ना, academically तो मैं पहले भी strong थी, मैं MSc थी, BA थी, law कर रखा था. Again, these are the assets which I was owning. But now I say, I am the persona, I am the energy, I am the person. So this is what I'm bringing to you, me.
Fantastic. And we will be, there'll be some question answers that I would be giving to you, because I think I'm sure that our audiences want to know more about how are you using that in your, in supporting other people. So fantastic. I have a bouquet of coaches. I'm so excited to be with you all. And, I just would like to start off with some questions. So I have one for Ashita. And I'll be spotlighting you when you're answering. So that's like a better way. You'll have the whole screen. Ashita, the question is, why learning about parenting itself is important? Why should we know about parenting?
Yes, see, normally the mindset, the trend that we see in people is that, एक बार हम पेरेंट्स बन गए, इसमें सीखने का क्या है? What is there to learn in parenting? सीखने का क्या है? हर बच्चा, every child is throwing tantrum. Every child, जिद करता है कि मुझे टॉय चाहिए, तो हर बच्चा करता है, इसमें कुछ सीखने का नहीं है. But अगर if we will see the long-term impacts, a child who is hitting or throwing a lot of tantrums in its early years, when he or she will grow up, he will not do the same thing. कि वो obviously मारेगा नहीं, but he will not be able to, when he will grow up, he will not be able to emotionally stabilize himself when any external factors impact him. Okay? क्योंकि अभी तक how he was dealing it was by hitting or was by shouting. अब बड़े होके हम ये नहीं कर सकते. So what he will do? वो सोचता रहेगा, self esteem impact होता है, self worth पे questions आते हैं. But they cannot shout or they cannot hit anyone. So what happens? And a child who is actually, very calm. I'm not saying he's submissive child nahi, पर कि हाँ कर रहा है मम्मा पापा की, but a child who is calm, who is and a parent who knows how to make their child emotionally strong gradually with their actions. When they grow up, they are ready to face the external world. कि कोई भी problem आएगा, emotionally they are stable, emotionally they are sane. They are not getting impacted by the external world and keeping thinking ये क्या हो गया, ये क्या हो गया. See, if we see ourselves itself कि ठीक है, हो सकता है किसी का background हो, suppose my background is कि like my parents have hit me or something like that, कि मान नहीं रहे तो मार दिया. उन cases में see the adults now, okay? They will think, कोई भी घर में कोई चीज होगी ना और कोई नेगेटिव चीज होगी, they will keep on thinking for 1 week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, क्योंकि वो चीज उनके एक हैबिट में, उनके persona का part है. That is the belief system they have created for themselves, that this is how the world behaves. So that is why I believe that it is very important to learn about parenting, because the base we set for our children from the day one. Okay, this when they start understanding the exterior world, the external world, the way we answer them, the way we model ourselves in front of them, okay, the way we respond to them instead of reacting to them, okay, all these things make them a better person. So And being like me, being a first parent, I cannot expect any parent who is having their first child to know all these things. It's not possible because it's a first experience for every one of us, and it is not expected from anyone to know all these things. And how you can learn these things is only via learning about parenting, how to respond to various situations, how to respond to, when a child is throwing a tantrum, or if the child is already throwing a tantrum, how to control it. Okay, so this you can do only when you learn about it. So and all these things, what happens, you can easily also find data on the internet. But when you have a personal coach, when you have a coach, when you get get connected with a coach, the coach helps to maintain your energy, helps to maintain your sanity. Okay, that you goes off the track with the kids and the family. So the coach helps with that, and it is very important that we learn about it, because parenting is entangled along with life skills as well. So the coach helps you with the overall picture, that what you as a parent are doing wrong and how you can change to make your kids better. Personally, for me, my kid has changed a lot when I started learning and implementing those things. So this is a personal experience that I am telling. So
Fantastic.
that's why I believe that we have to learn about parenting.
Awesome. Like, you don't come with a manual to be a parent. And that's why your course, whatever you're doing for people, is so relevant. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Ashina. It's really, I learned a lot. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
audience also. Yeah. So I have a question now for Priyanka. Okay. Priyanka, how can anyone forget the past communications that linger in our mind? Something went wrong and that kind of communication boxes down. So could you highlight us could you enlighten us?
Sure. So I think the problem that we are talking about, it's a good question. And the problem that we are talking about here, I think everyone that we know, including ourselves, has this problem. There is some negative experience that we all have experienced at some point of life in the past, which still lingers on in our minds. So without taking much of time, I would like to share 3 simple steps that you can follow to make sure that you sort of tackle this problem and that negative experience. So step 1 is accepting that memory. So in generally, what happens is when we are discussing a problem with someone, or even if we are pondering over that problem, what we tell ourselves is, let's not think about it. It's in the past. Better said than done. It's not possible for the person to actually forget whatever has happened, because it has affected, it has given a feeling which is very hard to escape from. So first thing is to accept that yes, these memories exist and not all your memories of life can be positive. Once that acceptance is there, then you can work towards creating new memories. So what you need to do is, so if you just imagine that this is your brain, and you fill in more of positive memories, so that that negative memory has to move out ultimately. You don't have to force it out of your mind. For getting more positive memories, you should, one very simple thing that I would say is get a hobby. So think about your childhood. I'm sure everyone has that one thing which excites them no matter what their mood is. So stick to that. We tend to make this mistakes that when we become adults, we keep telling ourselves, we keep repeating to ourselves in our mind that we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. I have always loved reading, but after the birth of my son, I've hardly read, because I always tell myself that I don't have time for it. But I'm changing myself now. So pick up that hobby and get time and take out time for that, even if it starts from 10 minutes a day, and gradually it has to increase. That will help in a great way to make positive memories. And step 3, which you should be doing out, is talk it out. Not everyone will be a good listener for you. One thing that we need to keep in mind here is not everyone will be a good listener. You need to have one person who can listen to you, who can understand you, and not necessarily provide any solution. But yes, once you start talking it out, and if you feel, here I would like to mention that if you feel that there is no one around you to whom you have been able to talk about this, because of which you are not able to get rid of those memories, then a coach comes in picture. Get a coach, get one-to-one sessions, be on a journey with the coach to help talk about that negative memory and even other memories, and not even negative memories, how to create more positive memories. So be with a coach, communication coach or health coach, whatever you feel is important for you. As mentioned, that if you be with a coach, if you're not able to do it alone, then be with someone who can help you get through the process and take you to the other side of the bridge.
Fantastic, awesome. I think all of us who have left out our hobbies can go back to it, and also like having that one friend or a coach. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Enlightening. So now I want to move from, something similar, but a little more physical. I want to ask Anshul. I think we all think that we know health is important. We talk about it. But I want to ask Anshul, who's a health coach, why is health important? We kind of know the answer, but we should get it from you, from an expert.
Yeah, that's correct, Jayashree. Each of one of us know the importance of our health, but since we are living so hectic and busy schedules in our lives, nowadays in metros we are running behind money. If husband and wife both are working, they don't have time to take care of their health. They have to take care of their family responsibilities, their children, and also parallelly the job, which becomes very important. And especially if, for example, someone is living in Noida and going to Gurgaon, commuting on a daily basis, it takes 4 to 5 hours. So that also takes a toll on their health. So health becomes a very important factor. We have 24 hours in a day. I would recommend that even if you can take out at least 30 minutes for health, it can be as small as a physical activity, like just walking for 30 minutes. That would add a much more substance to your life instead of doing nothing or no activity at all. And the importance of health, we come to know when we get to catch any of the lifestyle diseases, like it may be high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high thyroid, pre-sugar or fatty liver. Only then the person understand the importance of the actual health, when we have to run to the doctor, when we have to eat the medicines and do all kinds of stuff which we should have done earlier to avoid all these situations, especially the huge medical bills, and maybe God forbids that we need to admit into the hospital. So why not take care of our health parallelly on a daily basis? Maybe 5 days a week you can do as small as like eating healthy on a daily basis, cutting out on junk food. If you want to eat junk food, then it can be on either Saturdays or Sundays. Just indulge in some of the physical activities. It can be anything like walking, running, swimming, cycling, going to a gym, doing strength training, yoga is also one of the best exercise if in case you are growing in age and you are suffering from any medical ailment, like which I mentioned. So that is how the health becomes very important, and it's very important to take care of our health.
Thank you. I think all of us, our listeners, and also all the coaches here, I'm sure that we will, endeavor to make sure that we have some time put aside for health. So thank you so much, like an eye opener. Thank you. So I want to now ask Vandana, Vandana, you shared about your background. So I want to ask you, what are the basics of a healthy relationship?
This is very important, and I learned it very hard way, but I'll tell you in the simplest way I can, so that everybody here and people who are listening to us may resonate with it and may understand it, that this is the basic requirement of a relationship. When I say relationship always have two people. If I say it is a relationship with me, even when I am talking, there is somebody in my head. So I'm talking to somebody, so it become two part of me, which are talking at that point in time. It could be many part, but I'm talking to somebody. So 2%. If I'm talking to my partner, again 2%. So there is always a conversation between two people. Those two people could be from same person or with the other person. Okay, so here I would say the basic which should be there in each and every relationship is, I say 4 C's of attachment. हम जब भी रिलेशनशिप में होते हैं ना, हमारा एक लगाव होता है किसी की तरफ। इसके साथ में मेरा अच्छा कनेक्शन है, इसके साथ में अच्छा कनेक्शन नहीं है, इसके साथ में वाइब आ रही है, इसके साथ में नहीं आ रही है, इसके साथ मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है, वार्मथ फील हो रही है, एंड इसके साथ यार ये क्या बोल रहा है, आई एम रियली नॉट एबल टू कनेक्ट विद दिस पर्सन। तो ये क्या होता है, हम अपनी जैसी चीजें जो हमारे अंदर के साथ में कनेक्ट करेंगे, क्योंकि हम उसके साथ में वैसे अटैच होते हैं, वैसे लगाव होता है जैसे हमारी नीड्स और डिजायर होती है। तो अब उसके अंदर मैं 4C की बात कर रही हूँ। पहला होता है कंफर्ट। मैं किसी के साथ में कितने कंफर्टेबल हूँ। अगर मैं अपने पार्टनर की बात करूं तो मैं अपने पार्टनर के साथ में किस लेवल का कंफर्ट है मेरा। क्या मैं कुछ भी बात करने से पहले मेरे को ये सोचना पड़ता है कि उसका क्या जवाब मिलेगा, मेरा कि किस तरह से रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा, कि चीखेगा चिल्लाएगा या साइलेंट ट्रीटमेंट देगा या फिर अगला क्वेश्चन आएगा या फिर सिंपली सुन ही लेगा। सो देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स। तो मेरे को ये सोचना ना पड़े बिना फिल्टर के, मैं ये एज जैसे छोटे बच्चे होते हैं आके बस बोल दो। अगर वो कंफर्ट लेवल है, दैट is one of the basic thing of 4C's of attachment. एक C है comfort। मैं कितना comfortable feel करती हूँ into my relationship. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, जितना मैं इजिली बोल रही हूँ, हमारे रिलेशनशिप के अंदर पर्टिकुलरली जितनी वेमेन के साथ मैंने काम किया है, वो ये सेफ्टी सिक्योरिटी इसी के ऊपर ही उनकी आधी से ज्यादा जिंदगी खर्च हो जाती है ये सोचने में कि ये अपने हस्बैंड को, एंड इवन जब बच्चे बड़े हो जाते हैं, आई कंप्लीटली रेजोनेट विद व्हाट अशिता सेड कि हमारे पेरेंट्स किस तरह से बिहेव करते हैं वही हमारे बच्चों में आता है। तो हम एक जनरेशन को बिल्ड कर रहे होते हैं, या हम जनरेशन के ट्रॉमा को तोड़ देंगे, या तो हम साइकिल ब्रेकर हो जाएंगे, डील ब्रेकर, या फिर हम वही कंटिन्यू करेंगे। क्योंकि यू रियलाइज इट और नॉट, अगर आप अपनी हरकतें देखोगे ना, अपनी आदतें देखोगे, यू आर 70% कॉपी, ज्यादा हो सकते हो, कम नहीं हो सकते, 70 to 80% कॉपी ऑफ योर पेरेंट्स। And when I have been certified from the world best parenting coach, that is Dr. Shefali. Dr. Shefali हमेशा बोलती हैं कि we are not living lives. हम अपना जीवन जीते ही नहीं है, we are living patterns. हम हमेशा पैटर्न में हैं। और जब मैं उनके साथ में कोचिंग कर रही थी, आई हैव डन हर हाईएस्ट लेवल ऑफ कोचिंग, जब मैं उनके साथ कोचिंग कर रही थी तो मुझे लगा अरे ये भी पैटर्न है, ये भी पैटर्न है, ये भी पैटर्न है। मतलब रियल में तो हुई नहीं, ऑथेंटिक हुई नहीं, ये मैंने कहीं से लिया या ये कहीं से लिया। सो फर्स्ट इज कंफर्ट। और वो कंफर्ट हम सबसे पहले कहाँ से शुरू करते हैं, जब हम बच्चे होते हैं। हमारे केयर गिवर कौन है, सबसे पहले हमारे पेरेंट्स हैं। तो उन्होंने हमको कितना कंफर्टेबल फील कराया, कितना डांटा या कितना हमको साइलेंट ट्रीटमेंट दिया या कितना इग्नोरेंस दिया, दैट ब्रिंग्स, वहीं से हम आगे जाके रिलेशनशिप में शो अप करते हैं कि हम कैसा रिलेशनशिप में आते हैं, हम कैसे बिहेव करते हैं। द सेकेंड सी इज कनेक्शन। हम कितना कनेक्टेड फील करते हैं। समटाइम्स हम बात कर रहे होते हैं और हमको ऐसे लगता है कि सामने वाला बंदा सुन रहा है, और कई बार हमको लगता है कि हम सामने वाले बंदे से बात कर रहे हैं, वो सुन ही नहीं रहा है। एंड मोस्टली हस्बैंड वाइफ के रिलेशनशिप में आप देखोगे, वाइफ हमेशा ये शिकायत करते हुए मिलेंगी, आई एम स्पीकिंग बट माई हस्बैंड इज नॉट लिसनिंग। क्योंकि आइदर ही इज इन फोन, पहले जमाने में न्यूज़पेपर होता था, अभी फोन हो गया, टीवी हो गया, एनी काइंड ऑफ स्क्रीन होगी, दे डोंट फील कनेक्टेड। साथ में रहना, फिजिकल कनेक्शन होना, कि हम साथ में एक दूसरे को देख रहे हैं, दैट इज वन थिंग, लेकिन मेंटल और इमोशनल कनेक्शन होना, दैट इज अनदर थिंग। तो आप एक घर में पीजी की तरह से दो इंडिविजुअल अलग अलग रह सकते हो, लेकिन क्या आप डीपली कनेक्टेड हो? डू यू अंडरस्टैंड ईच अदर? डू यू इफेक्टिवली कम्युनिकेट योर नीड्स एंड डिजायर्स एंड व्हाट यू आर फीलिंग एक्चुअली विद ईच अदर? सो सेकंड इज कनेक्शन। तो मोस्टली connection is missing, and I tell you
मैं
in
काम
चार
करूंगी वंदना, मैं बाकी जो दो है ना, I would request people to kind of digest what you said, and वो बाकी जो दो हैं, we will
I
take
have
it
one
a little-
question for
Yes.
Vandana. How long you can speak without taking pause?
I love the work I do, and I have like done it. तो अगर आप मेरे को रात को सोते सोते भी उठाओगे, I can speak because I don't need any preparation now.
That's why I wanted that
This app.
happen
Yeah.
later, because we want to hear you more. You know, so I want to intersperse that with the other coaches' conversation, so that it's like kind of, you know, like you come back again to talk to us about the remaining. Thank you. It was fantastic. I mean, all of us, I'm sure, resonate with this. There are husbands in the room, there are wives in the room. So I'm sure we have learned something big. Thank you, Vandana. Thank you so much. Yeah. So now I have a question for Sachin, because Sachin spoke just now. Sachin, what will FB look in 2024 for coaches? How important, how critical, what should we all do? Go ahead.
Great, thank you so much. And it's a lovely question, because most of us here are coaches, and we want to know how Facebook is working for 2024. And if we see 2022, before 2022 and before that, Facebook ads was more centric to its technical part and audience part. People were using like, this audience is working, this keyword is working, this is working, this is not working, and people were asking what is working for you or what is working for that, and they're implementing on their Facebook ad. But now in 2024 and mid of 2023, Facebook has started working more on creatives, more on messaging part. Because how your message is, it will attract those kind of audiences. If your message is broken, just example, I'll give you one example. In my case, like, I'll say same thing but in different word, like become a Facebook advertiser first. Second is supercharge your Facebook ad game. So there's same thing but targeting different. Become a Facebook ad expert means I'm saying I'm targeting in this message who is just starting out or who wants to start. And in supercharge your Facebook ads, it means somebody who is doing it wants to level up their things. So how you approach in 2024 is your message. You can put no targeting in Facebook at just basic things, your location, your age targeting in basic keywords without doing any research. If your message is broken, you will end up getting wrong audiences. I have practiced it a lot especially from 2023 to this right now. It's all about messaging, offer, and not when we say messaging, it's your ad message, your landing page message. If you are doing webinar, your webinar message, all of three comes one ad point. I've seen many coaches. I consulted a coach where she was using a different message in her ad, and different message on landing page. And not only one coach, there was two coach. And when I connected the right thing, and now they are pretty doing good. So your message is your target audience right now.
Wow.
So this is one liner I can say from this entire communication.
Fantastic. I think it is not about what you know, it's about how you express and how people get it. And that's where you come
Exactly.
in. Thank you for being
Exactly.
there. I'm sure that a lot of people want to approach you for how can they take the message to the market in the right way. So
Yes,
very done.
perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I now have a question for Diwakar, who is the personal finance expert. And I think all of us would like to know, do we need to have a lot of money to invest? Should we be super rich to be able to invest? Or what do we do if you have little money? So which is the best asset class an individual should invest in to create wealth in the long run? Because in the short run, it's like lottery sometimes. But long run is what we are probably looking for. Over to you.
Yeah, yes, Yashirji. If you had asked this question 20 years back, I should have told invest in real estate or buy gold or invest in FD or PPF kind of things. But in last 20 years, things have changed a lot. Digitally, we have grown a lot. So what I realized in last 15 years that people are doing more businesses. Businesses are becoming easier to do. And now we are not making only product or services. We are generating a lot of idea. We are selling ideas. We are helping each others with knowledge business. So it's become very easy to do that digitally. So current business, everyone understand that money could be generated through business, right? So if you are good in business, invest in business, or you buy some businesses and become a part of it. And India, this is become that best opportunity is that this time we have is the best opportunity that we can buy Tata, Birla, Ambani and become a partner of that businesses. So for me, I think the best way to generate wealth in long term is to invest in equity through mutual fund. If you are not tech savvy or investment savvy, if you want to learn something and invest in individual company and manage your own portfolio, that is the best thing. You could generate 15, 20, 25%, even more as per your skills. So for me, equity is the best investment vehicle. But saying this, I just want to put a disclaimer here that don't put all your money in equity. Be it diversified, make your money be diversified and not go more than 50% at least.
Wow.
So that is the best investment vehicle.
Right. And I think equity also can give you capital gains and other
Right.
benefits. Fantastic. And I think you shared the journey of 20 years, like, you have the expertise, right? So I'm sure people want to reach out. I hope people reach out to you and take tips.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. So now I want to come back to Vandana. Vandana, there were 2 C's you spoke about, and we have 2 more C's to go. Please go ahead, Vandana. Yes, you
Yeah.
can. Yeah, yes, please go ahead. Yes.
I told about comfort and connection. The rest of the 2 C's are cooperation and conflict. You should know how to cooperate with each other and how to manage conflicts when it is arising in your head or with your partner. So these are the 4 C's of the attachment, which I was speaking about. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now I want to ask a question to Anshul again. How should, sorry, to Priyanka, not Anshul, I'm going to come to you in a minute. Okay, so Priyanka, how should, I communicate with people? Let's say somebody has hurt me in the past and they're important to me. So I don't want to let go of them, but I want to communicate to them. So how should I? What do I do?
Yes. So to talk to someone who has hurt us in the past, there can be 2 approaches. One can be that I want to foster an understanding in the relationship and develop it. And my second goal could be that I want to repair the damage within. I don't want the relationship to develop too much, just want to keep it high hello tights and want to repair the damage that the relationship has done within. I will again here share 3 simple steps which we can do to make sure that talking to that person, communicating to that person helps. Step 1 and step 2 will be common in both the approaches, and there will be a difference in the step 3. So the first step that we need to do is that we need to decide what is it that we need to achieve from the communication. As I mentioned, that it could be fostering an understanding and going ahead with a beautiful relationship going forward, or it could be that you went out and you let the other person know where you have been done wrong to me, so that in a way I am able to heal myself from within. So first, decide that what is your goal? What do you want to achieve from this communication before you start the conversation? And secondly, be very specific in this conversation, because we are talking about a relationship which has hurt you in the past. We are talking about a person who has intentionally or unintentionally hurt you in the past. And so you don't want the conversation to go very deep and go into those past conversations, into the same memories. So be very specific as to what is it that you want from the communication, and use the correct vocabulary in the right setting and time. Be very specific to let the other person know that this is what we have to talk about, and try and keep it short. It shouldn't be very long unless it takes you into the same negative world again. When we talk about step 3, once these 2 steps are taken care of, step 3, if your goal is to foster the understanding and to develop the relationship, to live with the person, actually live with the person in a positive way, then you focus on the future while you are conversing. So when you are concluding the conversation, focus on the future and end the communication where both of you have come to a mutual point that this is what we are going to do going forward to ensure there is no tiff again between us going forward. End or conclude the communication in such a way the future should be in your mind. Second, if you are not interested in taking that relationship with you, so it could be that there is some relationship that you have to stick to, but you don't want it to be actually a relationship that you live with. Most of the ladies, for example, their in-laws, someone in the in-laws, when you're not very too much connected with them, but they have to be in your life as a relationship, but it doesn't have to be a very deep relationship in your life. In that case, conclude that conversation, that communication by setting boundaries. So you both know that you can't face against each other. You have to be with each other, but set the boundaries. So this is what we are going to do. We are, again, it has to be mutual. By setting the boundaries, conclude that this is how we are going to go forward so that there are no tiffs between us going forward. So these are 3 simple steps. And if we follow these, then you'll see that you will be able to help yourself in that relationship which is actually hurting you or has hurt you in the past.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Priyanka. I could see harmony in what you said, that you're creating an environment of harmony out of taking on communicating in this manner. Thank you so much. So
Thank
it's
you.
very natural for me to now move to Vandana, who's kind of connected. Why are relationship problems increasing nowadays? And what do you think can be done about it, Vandana? Go ahead.
See, my opinion about this is, पहले हम एक विलेज में रहते थे. Like one of my mentors, Eshe Parekh, वो बोलती हैं, वो बताती हैं कि पहले हम एक विलेज में रहते थे. तो हम जो इंडिविजुअल हैं वो ग्रुप्स में रहने के आदी हैं कि हम ग्रुप्स में रहते हैं. लेकिन जैसे जैसे हम सिटी की तरफ मूव फॉरवर्ड करते गए, जैसे जैसे जॉइंट फैमिलीज से न्यूक्लियर फैमिलीज की तरफ आते गए, तो क्या हो गया कि वो जो चीजें हमें ग्रुप्स से मिल रही थी, वो जो इमोशनल सेटिस्फेक्शन हमें ग्रुप से मिल रहा था, वो अब किससे मिलने लगा? एक ही पर्सन से, आइदर माय पार्टनर. तो अब वो जो मैं अपनी सास के साथ, अपनी जिठानी के साथ, अपनी देवरानी के साथ, अपनी पड़ोसन के साथ में जो बातें करती थी, अब वो सारा किस पे आ गया है? अपने हस्बैंड से. सिमिलरली जो हस्बैंड के पास में इतना ग्रुप था, वो सारा किस पे आ गया? ऑनर्स आ गया, वाइफ पे आ गया. दूसरा पॉइंट ये है कि पहले आदमी को सिर्फ एक प्रोटेक्टर और प्रोवाइडर के रूप में परसीव किया जाता था कि आपकी फिजिकल सेफ्टी के लिए एक घर में आदमी तो होना ही चाहिए, और लेडी वाज द नर्चरर, वो घर का ख्याल रखेगी. लेकिन अभी जब लेडीज वर्कफोर्स पे आ गई हैं, वो ये बोलते हैं कि जितना फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी आप हमको दे रहे हो, या अब हम मेट्रोज की अगर बात करें तो वहां पे फिजिकल सिक्योरिटी भी इतना बड़ा थ्रेट नहीं रह गया है. तो जब वो उस इक्वेशन पे आ गई है, तब वो बोलती है व्हेन आई एम इक्वल टू यू इन माय सेरिब्रल कैपेसिटी, मैं आप जितना पैसा कमा के लाती हूँ, आप जितनी चीजें मैं कर सकती हूँ, तो वाई शुड आई बी गिवन ब्रेड क्रम्स? मैं इतने पे क्यों वो करूं? आई नीड समथिंग आउट ऑफ दिस रिलेशनशिप, दैट कनेक्शन. यहां से प्रॉब्लम आने शुरू हो जाते हैं क्योंकि थोड़ी सी डिमांड ज्यादा बढ़ जाती हैं. तो अभी लेडीज को पढ़ा लिखा दिया, उनको स्ट्रॉन्ग विमेन बना तो दिया गया है, लेकिन अभी स्टिल इट इज अभी भी इक्वेशन बैलेंस करने के लिए वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग, वो कनेक्शन अभी तक आया नहीं है. इस वजह से, क्योंकि हम एक दूसरे को इमोशनली कनेक्ट नहीं कर पाते हैं, उस इमोशनल रिजिलियंस में नहीं आ पाते हैं, एंड दैट इज व्हाई दीज प्रॉब्लम आर हैपनिंग. तो जब हम ये सब चीजें सीख लेंगे तो दिस विल एंड.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that input. So now I want to move to Anshul. The mental part, yeah.
Jayashree ji,
Yes,
I have actually, I'm seeing that you are asking a lot of questions from
Okay.
all of us.
Yeah.
And I really have a question for you where we need your expertise, So the question is that, you see, I have what you told about yourself, that you are helping a set of people to achieve, to land them in their jobs and everything.
Yeah.
But see, there is a very tough competition that I see in every field that is happening today. And I think emotionally to reach the journey, emotionally to cross that journey from starting to get a job where you are financially stable. I think it is what I think that, only when you are emotionally strong, then only it will help you to reach there where you want to reach. So I want to understand from you that is it true that emotional intelligence plays a very big part in SME business success?
Absolutely.
And how it is.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
Jayashree.
yeah. So thank you so much for asking this question. So I think I may have to pin myself because the way I have, organized this screen is like, I was not coming though I was speaking. So thank you so much, Ashita, for the question. Yes, emotional intelligence, when we talk about, and this is again, like most of us here have had our own journeys. From my own life experiences, I saw that there were times when the decision I would have taken could have been a different decision. And what was then, say, if I took a wrong decision in my business, in growing my business, maybe I was doing very well, and then there were some setbacks. And if I look back on those moments, if I could reverse the clock, I would have. And that's the reason why I took on, supporting SME business owners using the tool of emotional intelligence. So here, one of the things is that emotionally you can react to the situation or you can respond to the situation. Important aspect of running a business, of course, is resilience. One needs to have resilience to run a business because challenges could be many. So you need to build your own capacity as an emotionally, aware person, and then act out in a way that you're creating around you. People are autonomous. People who are willing to take decisions for themselves, their own self, and also for the organization. So what really happens is when you work with people, somebody could take decision thinking that, no, I have come for a job here. So my boss is going to give me salary and I need to just do the motion of doing my work. And then the entire organization starts, more people join the organization, more crumbling of the organization happens. But imagine if a person walks in with the intent that I am going to be the best employee in this company and the company would need me because I'll be actually helping the company to grow. Then we have partners in the organization. And that is called, that is an expression of emotional intelligence. And so people are like leaning in, listening in, creating together, co-creating, and then creating a sense of autonomy. So I have seen that when I was an employee, some places I have been that kind of an employee later, but in the earlier days, it was like, oh my God, I'm getting affected. I must get better rise. I'm doing hard work. But then I could then, at some point, I could give up my salary hike because it was for the better good, larger good. So we sat together as a team and then we worked it out. So whatever I learned there, I connected it to emotional intelligence and I went through Daniel Goleman. I went through the Bhagavad Gita in a very deep sense. And I saw a lot of the art of, carrying your duty and responsibility from Bhagavad Gita too. So I think that emotional intelligence you pick up from a book or pick up from the concept of Daniel Goleman or from the scriptures. You can imagine a well-balanced out organization with emotionally intelligent people helming the affairs and making the company grow. So this is why I feel it's very important to have that element.
So true, Jayashree, so true. And I'm personally seeing this as missing these days, especially after COVID. It has gone over a toss completely. This I'm seeing it. Yes.
Thank you. And I'm so delighted that you spoke about emotional intelligence in, raising children in parents.
Yes.
So I think it's a fantastic, insight for me that you could,
we have to start from the seed.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I would now like to ask, I have a few questions lined up here. One question I think I had was for Anshul. We have been talking about the emotional aspect and in the intelligent aspect, etc. But then, without that great body, your intelligence is of no use. So what is the role of a balanced diet and exercise in living a healthy life?
Yeah. Thank you, Jayashree, for asking such an important question, because this becomes very important when we are so busy in executing our day-to-day activities, commuting or doing day-to-day daily jobs, taking care of our spouses and children. So there should be a balance between our diet, what we are eating, what calories we are taking in, and how we are burning those calories. That is exercising. So as most of us might be aware that 80% is diet in our health or to improve our health, and 20% is exercise. So there should be a balance of both of them. Most of the people who want to start their health journey focus more on exercise, but very less on eating healthy foods, because we have so much of outside eating apps nowadays. I won't like to mention their names, but everyone knows which are the apps. So most probably we are so busy, that is why we order from outside. But we should be eating some healthy foods which is prepared in our kitchen, as we used to eat in our daily old days, like in case of our mother times और दादी नानी के एज में जो हम घर का खाना खाते थे, वो फिर से शुरू करने की उसको हमारी बहुत जरूरत है. I'll get into what are macronutrients. Macronutrients is a basic essential of a particular healthy diet. Macronutrients comprises of protein, carbohydrates, fats, and fibers. So this should be in proper proportion when we are taking care of what we are eating in breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if we are okay that we can decide what we need to eat, then it's okay. In case we are not, most of the people are not aware what should go inside our body in case of macronutrients. So we can take assistance or guidance from a particular expert who is maybe a health coach or nutrition, who can guide us to in our achieving our health goals and become much more healthier.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And this, sometimes we don't understand what is macronutrient or micronutrient. We definitely need a coach for that. So I do hope that many people who are listening to you will really take on, approaching you and getting your guidance. Thank you so much, Anshul.
Thank you.
All right. So now I have some questions, See, I had to ask Ashita this question, that we see a lot of children throwing tantrums, yeah, I was traveling to Norway recently, and I was in the airport. I'm forgetting it was I think Oslo, and then I was like looking at some children. They were like two children in one family, and they were crying, they were rolling, and the parents were having a hard time, luggage, this, that. And I was just looking around, that are there possibility of children not throwing tantrum that way, or why is it happening? And what could be the way of avoiding, especially when people are traveling with the children, it can be very, very stressful. I was just looking around and seeing the stress on the parents' faces. So how can you help out?
Yeah, actually what happens is when a child I will quickly tell what is a tantrum, okay, and why it is coming. So when a child is actually throwing a tantrum, what as parents we do, okay, मेरा बच्चा बहुत रोता है, मेरा बच्चा gives me a very hard time, ठीक है, we give these answers, okay, so we have accepted the fact that my child is like this, इसलिए वो tantrum throw करता है. Now what we have to understand is tantrum throw क्यों करता है, what is a tantrum? To quickly tell, tantrum is a emotion, ठीक है, क्या है, मैं जमीन पे लेट रहा है बच्चा, रो रहा है, it's a emotion that is coming, anger, anxiety, okay, it's a emotion. वो emotion क्यों आता है, okay, as a adult मैंने पूरी life में ये समझा है कि if my partner, example, okay, just a hypothetical example, that if my partner is going to spend on everything for me, then he is a good husband. अगर वो नहीं कर रहा तो I will be anxious, okay, so this is a belief system that I have created in myself. ऐसे ही बच्चों ने एक बिलीफ सिस्टम अपने लिए बना लिया है कि अगर मेरी चीजें पूरी नहीं होंगी तो मेरे को रोना है. अब वो बिलीफ सिस्टम बना कैसे इतने छोटे बच्चों में, वो कैसे बना, जब फर्स्ट टाइम मेरा बच्चा रोया, किसी चीज की जिद की, मैंने क्या करा, उसके 5 मिनट्स रोने के बाद मैंने उसे वो चीज दे दी. It striked his mind that okay, wow, this is a way to get things done. I have to just cry for 5 minutes and I will get my things done. नेक्स्ट टाइम वो बच्चा रोएगा 10 मिनट्स, क्योंकि आप कहोगे इस बार मैं ये नहीं करूंगी, इस बार आई विल नॉट गिव यू एनीथिंग, ओके, इस बार यू क्राई, लेकिन 10 मिनट बाद यू गिव अप, ओके. नाउ द टैंट्रम हैज इंक्रीज. यहाँ पे दो चीजें हुई, टैंट्रम हैज इंक्रीज टू 10 मिनट्स एंड यू आर स्टिल गिविंग योर चाइल्ड व्हाट ही वांट्स, एंड ऐसे करते 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 द टैंट्रम इंक्रीजेस टू आवर, 1 hour, 2 hours, okay, and the parents start getting a difficult time from the children. So it's the belief system that we create for our children, unke mind mein ki okay, this is the belief system, if you will behave this way you will get your things done. So it's not children, when children are born they don't know what is tantrum. We teach them from our actions what is tantrum, we create a belief system for them. अब उसे avoid कैसे करना है, we have to be strong, we have to be firm, but we have to be empathetic. No means no, okay. आप अपने no को yes में convert करोगे, the tantrum will keep on increasing. So you have to stick to your nose, and you also have to ensure that you are not saying no to everything. तुम पानी से नहीं खेल सकते, तुम बेड पे जंप नहीं कर सकते, तुम ये नहीं खा सकते, तुम वो नहीं कर सकते. If you're saying all this throughout the day, the child will go insane. Okay, because if somebody will say, okay, imagine my family member telling me ye nahi karna, wo nahi karna, ye nahi karna, I will go mad. So it's the same with kids as well. So we have to understand what is a tantrum and how we can control it. Whoever is watching me can connect with me to understand, because it differs from family to family, the reason for tantrum. You can connect me to more about it and I can help you with it. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for letting people know that they can connect with you to understand more. And I just saw that we created and we put it onto the children. That was a nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now
Thank you.
Now I have some question for Sachin, the FB expert. How to master FB ads in 2024? Very important year. We have finished pandemic and everything, and then we want to really be profitable this year, and also to run successful campaigns.
So thank you so much. It's pretty wide questions because mastering Facebook ad is something because we have different skills, right? We have personal finance, fitness coach, relationship coach, right? So we all have gone through a journey, right? So again, Facebook ad is also a journey where we test and try multiple things. When we understand that, yes, this is working for this industry and this working for this industry and this working for this coach and that something. So it's all about going through the journey, which I believe. And for that, that's why I have created 90 days course, that three months course, which they can master everything Facebook ad. But in a nutshell, to master Facebook ad, everybody can go on YouTube and Google. They can look for that, how things are going on. But again, to master anything, you have to test, and when it comes to you have to test and try to learn a lot of time more than expected. But if you find somebody, maybe a coach, maybe can your friends, maybe can anybody, you can work for like internship also in industry, and sit with that person and be 3 months to 6 months with that person. And the person can teach you more than any YouTube or time. When any of his students come to me, I'll say directly, don't go any institute. That will save your time and money both. Because if you go in any institute, you might be paying 30 to 40,000 rupees for 6 months. Because I've gone there, I've spent more than 30,000 directly, and the time and over the time, what you spend by traveling, by being that city, spend a lot of time and money. So leave that with friend who can teach you. Like I learned more in my internship than I gave money to learn.
Nice.
So that is something say to everybody, that this is the best way to learn Facebook ad. I hope I gave the clear answer.
Right, but
Thank
we
you so
can
much.
also come to you, Sachin. I hope the listeners contact you and come to you. Right, but you
Yes,
get
yes,
good tip
definitely.
that, yeah, you can just spend money but not learn. But if you go to the right place, then you will learn, and it is important to learn because Facebook has captured the market, right? And so we need to work with the market, and that's why we should go to the Facebook. Thank you so much. I now have a question for Diwakar. Diwakar, see, when we talk about portfolio, this word portfolio is thrown a lot of times, even if one doesn't understand, it's like all over there, home, the properties and, shares and bonds and bank deposits, all these things. So how can one keep a track of all these investment portfolio in the best possible manner? And even for people who are investing small and also for big and the range, right? So how can people with these ranges manage their portfolio?
Yeah, right. Very important question, because while we invest and we are doing other our daily activity also, means job or we are in business. So taking care of portfolio is very important. And I have created a system like smart portfolio tracking, through which one can manage their portfolio by investing only 30 to 60 minutes per week. So in that, what they needs to do is that they allocate the portfolio and percentage wise and keep tracking through a watch list. And they can check on a weekly basis what is the changes has been done and just update the changes. So investment amount and what is the current amount, and the percentage will get calculated automatically. This is the one system. By using that, they can just invest 60 minutes and track their portfolio. The other thing important is that when to buy, when to sell, and all those things. For that, also I created one system like Hero Strategy Framework. Hero stands for H for hold. When till when they have to hold that investment.
Right.
E is for exit, and next E is for entry, and last RO is for remain out. Means while analyzing any company, they decide at that same time in which category that company is falling, either in H, E, or RO, and decide accordingly. And every week when they analyze, they just put that status HEERO on that investment, whether I need to hold it or to remain out or to exit. And by doing this, they can easily track their portfolios. So these
And
two
that is the
things
system you have
are
developed,
very
right,
important.
Prabhakar? You have developed that
Yes,
system.
yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, so anybody wants to learn more can come to you and you can guide them, right? So this is really, really
Right.
fantastic. And I just wanted to ask anyone, the coaches here, do you want to answer some question? It's like,
I
yes,
have a question for you, Jayashree, actually,
okay,
again.
go ahead,
Okay.
please.
Yes. So we talked about the SME business owners, and we see that, today, right now, the market, everything is very challenging. These are the very challenging times that is going on right now. If you talk about anything, I think even the coaching industry, even the IT industry, if the entire economy that we are seeing is under very challenging times. So how can SME business owners navigate their business in such challenging times?
Thank you, Ashita, for that question. Very, very, very critical question. And here we're talking about, see, when you look at an SME business owner, small and medium sized, and even tiny comes under that. I'm not even using the word tiny. Tiny is like the single entity, a single individual owner, with no other support perhaps. And times can be very challenging right now. As you said, Ashita, it is like really, everything is in state of flux. Things are changing so fast, right? And even if
Yeah.
I look 5 years ago, also there were changes happening. Now, what really happens is sometimes the SME business owner got into the business because of some kind of a pressure or some kind of following the path of the family, or accidentally, or as a reaction to something that didn't work. And one question
Yes.
that, the SME business owner has to sit back and ask, is like really meditate on, whatever I'm doing now, is this my passion? Because when something is your passion, you will find your way, right? So it will definitely take a very hard look because, like, for example, I was studying for my CA course. I did a lot of attempts to get through and finally got through somehow. It's like a relief. But then I have always spoken to the other CA student that, really, is it your passion or you've taken something, you want to complete that? Same thing happens in business. It's the same story. So the first thing is to really check on your passion and then to take on a very courageous step. And that would mean that you're communicating courageously to all the stakeholders. First stakeholder, I would say, is family. Telling the family that you might need to course correct. And that might involve, reinvestment. It might involve the wealth, the assets of the family, like gold being kept on pawn, because SME owners always look for money, right? Because the money is not available off just like that. So one of the first things is to really meditate, to introspect, and to look at, am I really pursuing my passion? And do I need to do a course correction? And then having gotten that response, the rest of the steps become very easy. And that is the reason why I've developed the SME Power Business Blueprint. So people can come to me because our conversation here can't be much prolonged because of time constraint. And people can really come and find solutions. And I have lots of sessions given for free. So I'm not even charging for some sessions. I just want to make sure that SME business owners can, scale up, because 85% of SME businesses close in the first 5 years. And I have gone through this for 30 years. So I know there were several closures happening, but I sailed through because of certain steps that I could take. And a very pertinent question, and answers are available actually. So thank you, Ashita, for that.
I think, yes, it revolves around the passion, actually.
Absolutely, yes. And I think we are in many ways an example of that, when we spoke to each other, we are all pursuing our passions. We have a backstory. Like Vandana has a
Yes.
very powerful backstory, and each one, I'm just taking her name, but each one of us has a very powerful backstory. So I would like to, ask everybody, the coaches here, how was the session for you? For me, it was thrilling, exciting, wonderful to be with all of you. So, yes, how was it to be?
For me, what I felt, though we all are from different niches, having different expertise, but what I have seen that somewhere, there are small threads that we all are related in a way. Okay, even though our niches are different, but we are related in a way. It is anything, learning new things or emotional intelligence. So what I have learned that, the entire aspects of our life are actually, though we are different coaches, different expertise, but we have a common base. What I learned from this session is that.
Yes, very true. We were all our niches kind of interspersed, and like we want coach, we want health, we want communication, we want relationship, we want to save our money, and we want
Yeah.
to scale up by doing FB ads. And I think
And we're gonna spend money. On our
absolutely,
beards.
yes. So I think if there's nothing
That
else,
is also an investment. Means we are
abs-
investing in Facebook
in-
and then generating leads also
Leads.
to earn more.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely, yes. So,
So
anything else?
Jayashree, to maybe our audiences would be watching this later, maybe
Right.
tomorrow or anytime. So in case they want to contact us, we all can know how they can contact us. If through any Insta handle, then we can all.
Absolutely, yes.
That-
So I would, when you can go to the Insta handle, Instagram, and then find all of us in this particular session. All our Insta, handles are put in there. And please feel free to not only connect us, but also connect others in your life to us, because there's so much of expertise in the room right now here, and one can take advantage of that. So thank you for reminding me about that. And if this is all, I think we'd like to end the session today, and have a happy night. And it was so marvelous to be with you all. And I hope to meet you again like this, in some other gathering, talking to each other. So thank you. And thank you for all the
Thank you.
watchers and
you.
listeners. Thank you.
Thank
and
Thank you,
you.
Jayashree,
Thank you
for
everyone
hosting
for
it so
joining.
well. Thank you.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You are a very wonderful and beautiful host.
Oh,
I
thank you.
agree.
Thank you for that. It makes me feel very nice. Thank
You
you.
kept us all together.
Oh, thank you. It
Thank
was
you.
quite joy. I just was being myself because of what I got from all of you, the energy.
We
Thank
could see that. We could see that. And the energy you gave us, we also responded, and we were in this session without having to make any effort to be here.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. And good
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.